I'm Keith.
And I'm Georgia.
And we're living a dream. We just left Soap Lake campground. It was pretty good. It was in need of a little maintenance though. And we didn't use a lot of the amenities. We did use the pool one night and it was kind of but you know, I've had a pool and I know how easy it is for it to get that way. So this is Soap Lake here on my right, and these are some monster cliffs on my left that stick up probably 150 feet. We are headed to Tolt-McDonald. It's a county park campground, and it is in Carnation, Washington, and it's only about, I think it's about 45 minutes from Seattle. We have planned a day trip into Seattle on Tuesday. Today is Saturday. And we're probably going to try to do a little side trip, a day trip out to Mount Ranier. So we'll see what we have time for when we get out here. We're up here for 4 nights. All right, we are on I-90. We're still about 130 miles from our campground, a couple hours. It's been relatively flat since we left Soap Lake, but we're definitely going to be getting into some mountains, and we definitely have a mountain pass, Snoqualmie Pass. I think it's about 3,500 feet, and we're coming from about 900 feet, so it'll be a little bit of a climb. Interesting. Pretty. That's the Columbia River on our right down there. Alright, so we just stopped at the Wild Horses viewing area. Basically, if you look way across the river and up on the next hill, you can see the windmills from the Wild Horses wind farm and solar farm up there, which isn't really the attraction at all. The attraction is the view of the Columbia River and the gorge it's sitting in. So good little stop, 5 minutes, went to the bathroom, did a little walk. We're coming down now. We're running right alongside Wanapum Lake, I guess. Wanapum Dam is up here on the right, and this is all part of the Columbia River. And we're going over the bridge. Coming into part of a windmill farm here now, and you can see it's got some blades moving and half of them or more aren't moving. So not sure why that is, but I see it all the time. Maybe not half, it might be 30% of them that either aren't moving or are barely moving, and they're not making any electricity if they're not moving. Alright, we're about 25 or 30 miles from Snoqualmie Pass, which is where we're going to go over the Cascade Mountain Range. It's gotten a lot greener here. There's a lot of trees. Still pretty brown in terms of the grass and stuff, but there's quite a few trees in here, so it's a little more inviting to look at. Pretty dry. 90's not a bad road. No big traffic issues or anything like that. And you can see a little bit of smoke from wildfires. We're coming up on Snoqualmie Mountain Pass, 9 miles. Interesting looking little bridge tunnel thing here. still heading up the Snoqualmie Pass. All right, beautiful drive through the Cascade Mountains. All right, we're coming up the back way into the park. We're still 12 miles from the park, but we're going to go through Snoqualmie, the town, and then we'll hook back up with the main road and go up to our campground, Tolt-McDonald Park. It's a nice drive. It'll be a little twisty and windy. We're probably going to go across a hill or two because we're off the main road now. Beautiful drive. We're on 202, just past Snoqualmie Falls area. Okay, I'll just show you the entrance here to Tolt-McDonald Campground, Park and Campground. There's some kids over there. So this is the campground host. They're in the first camper. And we got a couple more. We're at the very end down there. All right, we made it. Tolt-McDonald. It's a county park here in Carnation, Washington. We're only about 45 minutes east of Seattle. This is on the Snoqualmie River, where the Tolt River intersects. And we just took a really nice walk down. I'll show you some pictures to the river, which is nice and clear, just slow moving, and perfect spot. You'll see that people just set up beach towels and they got their little picnics there, and it's awesome. And that's about 100 feet from us here. The trail going down to it's just a short walk. So pretty awesome spot. Our site is great. And I think tomorrow we are going to Mount Ranier National Park, and we're going to do a steam train ride in the area. So that's going to be a lot of fun. We're looking forward to it. Right now we're going to cook up some dinner and just chill out here. Maybe I'll have a cold beer. Good morning. We are on 18 West, the Snoqualmie Parkway, heading over to Mount Ranier. We got a cool steam train ride over there, and we'll check out the national park a little bit. It's only about 20 after 8 in the morning, and we've got about an hour and 45-minute drive to get over there. So very foggy in our campground this morning. Not as bad here. It took about 2 hours to get to Elbe, Washington for our ride on the Mount Ranier Scenic Railroad. The seats were roomy, and the train only ended up being about 2/3 full.
The train, we have our open air car with the standing room open, but it does provide some of the best views, okay?
Heading up to Mount Ranier. We finished up our steam train ride, and that was pretty cool. It was only about an hour and a half, so it wasn't long, and we enjoyed that. We are getting close to the national park gates. Not sure how far down here they are. Need a line of traffic to get in. And it's very lengthy. Now my map shows this as being a couple miles long maybe, but it looks like I can turn around anytime I want, so we'll see how fast it's moving, and we'll sit for a minute. All right, so we got up there at the entry line for Mount Ranier. Long line, probably a couple miles long. We figured out that you do need reservation to get in from this entrance, and that it is a timed reservation from this entrance with a reservation. So there's no way we're gonna get in until after 3, then they'll let everybody in, but that's 2 hours from now. So we're gonna head back, but we're gonna take some country roads, maybe stop and get a bite to eat somewhere along the way. I didn't make a good plan for Ranier. I wasn't sure whether we were going or not, unlike Glacier where I had reservations all locked up. So we'll just enjoy the rest of the day and a nice drive back, some nice twisty windy roads. The next day, Georgia and I visited Snoqualmie Falls. We started in the lower falls area and took a really nice hike along the river to the base of the falls. Built in 1898 to bring power to the growing young city of Seattle, the power generation plant at Snoqualmie Falls has not been without controversy. The Snoqualmie Indian tribe has always opposed the destruction and alteration of their sacred and spiritual place. The Upper Falls area has a free parking lot across the street and a pedestrian bridge to get over to the park. The park area features a spa, restaurant, and some very nice views of the falls. On day 3, we stopped in Issaquah, rented a car, and drove into Seattle. Once in Seattle, we headed for the Bay Area in the Pike Place Public Market. The small car we rented enabled us to park in a parking garage, which is actually connected to the market area via a pedestrian bridge, and comes out on this really nice viewing area. The market itself was pretty cool. Lots of different things for sale. Lots of fresh flowers, some crafts, some other things for sale. And of course, we were able to visit the Pike Place Fish Market. While in the market area, we saw the gum wall, which was pretty gross. And we also saw the very first Starbucks ever opened, which is right near the market. We also drove around Seattle a little bit, went over to the Space Needle. We didn't go into the Space Needle because it was pretty pricey just to go up to the top. Overall, we had a fun day in Seattle and got to see some of the downtown area. On the way back to the rental car agency, we stopped in Issaquah at the Ranier Trail. Jacob Two Trees is a sculpture by Thomas Dambo and is part of a series of 6 installations called Northwest Trolls, The Way of the Bird King. Pretty cool. Georgia and I enjoyed our stay at the Tolt-McDonald Campground, as well as our visit to Mount Ranier and Seattle. Please join us for episode 67 as we head to the Oregon coast.